The Raptors could be looking to trade RJ Barrett. Yes, RJ Barrett could in fact be a trade candidate, as Barrett, he could be on the move soon. According to Hoops Hype's Michael Scotto, he reported that the Raptors are looking at the market for RJ Barrett via trade as they look to restructure their roster and make a deal. Of course, the Raptors, they did not strike big on a Kevin Durant trade. However, a lot of reports indicating that this Raptors team is looking to get aggressive this summer and make some sort of move, some sort of upgrade to their roster. Scotto saying, and I quote, Toronto has also continued to gauge the trade market on RJ Barrett. Barrett, who's owed $57.32 million over the next 2 seasons, averaged a career high 21.1 points, 6.3 rebounds, and 5.4 assists per game. So this is interesting. In this one, guys, we're going to talk about RJ Barrett and if the Raptors could indeed trade him and what a possible deal could look like. Do me a solid, drop a like on the video, and subscribe to the channel for more. So since the Raptors traded for Brandon Ingram, there's been a lot of speculation about if the Raptors are going to trade RJ Barrett. You look at this team, they're getting awfully close to the tax. There's also question marks about RJ Barrett's fit with Brandon Ingram and Scotty Barnes. He's an inconsistent outside shooter. He's not the ideal player you want in a starting lineup that the Raptors are going to be rolling out next season with BI and Scotty Barnes, your 2 main pillars. And the other part of it too is Barrett, he is going to be contract eligible this summer. And again, going back to the whole money situation, the Raptors currently have about $7.7 million in first apron space, but they do have their 9th pick of the 2025 NBA draft that they have to sign. So again, it's going to be really, really close. The Raptors are more than likely going to be operating as a tax team. So you look at a potential RJ Barrett trade. The question is whether the Raptors will try to trade him for an upgrade, try to offload him for more assets, depth pieces, or just straight up trade him for a player who they feel better fits their roster and their starting lineup. And you look at some possibilities. It's interesting when you just navigate what the Raptors could potentially get back in an RJ Barrett trade. Are they looking for a major upgrade? I think it was Jake Fisher who reported that the Raptors are open to trading RJ Barrett, and even Emmanuel Quickly, he threw his name in there as well when it comes to trying to upgrade the roster. We just saw the Boston Celtics make a big trade, and my goodness, did they ever ace that trade, getting Anthony Simons, the younger player, for Jrue Holiday. Are the Raptors able to trade RJ for a better player, like a star caliber player? We've always talked about this big fish narrative. Is that opportunity out there? Or are the Raptors more so looking at it as an opportunity to trade Barrett, get some depth pieces, and give yourself more financial flexibility because you are awfully close to being a tax team? Maybe they look at it from that perspective. Or again, maybe they're just looking for a player that better fits the roster. I mean, ideally, what you would love in a starting lineup is a 3-and-D type player. Maybe they can draft that. Carter Bryant fits that mold. Obviously, he's got to make strides with his offensive game, but the Raptors need a 3-and-D type player. I think that would be the perfect player to put in a lineup of IQ, Scotty Barnes, Brandon Ingram, and Jakob Poeltl. You need a guy who can really play defense and just space the floor and hit shots and hit threes at a consistent rate. RJ, I mean, this is a guy who is coming off a very, very great season. Let's not undermine that. He had a career year in points, assists, rebounds, also led the team in scoring. But maybe the Raptors are looking at this like, we got to get a better fit on this team. And that was the main issue I had initially when they traded for Brandon Ingram. It's like, okay, how all of a sudden are you going to make this work now with Brandon Ingram, Scotty Barnes, and RJ Barrett? We know RJ does a lot of his damage getting downhill. He's not that traditional three-point specialist. Now, of course, the Raptors could give it the benefit of the doubt, roll out this team as is, see how they look before making a trade, and they would have an opportunity to then shake up the roster at the trade deadline. So there's no pressure to do it right now, but the draft's coming up. And is there going to be an opportunity where the Raptors can make a trade with Barrett involving picks? There was that report that came out the other day by Jake Fisher stating that the Raptors are possibly looking at getting another lottery pick. Are they able to do that via an RJ Barrett trade? There was that one mock trade that came out not too long ago between the Raptors and Nets. I think it was reported by Nets Daily. It was RJ Barrett and number 9 for Cam Johnson and number 19. And then the other one was actually a trade idea from ESPN. The Bulls get Barrett, Raptors get Patrick Williams, Javon Carter, and number 12. So this is an example of a trade involving Barrett that nets the Raptors a second lottery pick. In this situation, they would get Williams, Javon Carter, and number 12. And all of a sudden, they would have number 9 and number 12. That's interesting. And I'm actually not opposed to something like that. Because if the Raptors really like this draft, they want to get another lottery pick, maybe they can leverage RJ Barrett in a deal like this where you get somebody like Patrick Williams, who the Raptors have been linked to in the past, and you get another pick. So these are just some examples of what a potential RJ Barrett trade could look like if it gets done before the draft. And if that's the case, it's going to happen very soon because the draft is tomorrow. Seems like the one likely trade candidate outside of the whole big fish narrative, Giannis, KD, all of those crazy rumors, has been RJ Barrett. Are the Raptors going to trade him? And what kind of deal is it going to be? Again, is it going to be as part of trying to net a star, or get yourself some pieces or even an extra draft pick in an example that I just laid out, that ESPN trade idea? So there's a lot of different avenues that the Raptors can try to navigate with RJ Barrett. So there's a lot that's coming out. I think we're going to get a lot of trades this offseason. RJ Barrett's name continues to pop up. So let me know your thoughts, guys. Do you want to see the Raptors trade RJ Barrett, or do you want to see the Raptors hold on to him, give this group a try, see what they got before making another drastic change? But we know, based on the reports, Masai Ujiri is looking to do something. Wasn't able to get a big fish. We'll see what that something is. I do believe a trade is coming soon of some magnitude. The question is, what is it going to ultimately be? Let me know your thoughts, guys. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. That is it for me. It's Luke signing off. Thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you all again in the next one.